All praises to the Most High and Yahweh Shah bless, baby. Disciples of Christ, DOC. Stand up. Israel, stand up. Israelite, I come from out the tribe of Judah. Used to run with OGs, YGs, Steves, and them shooters. Now I had to change my ways and come into the forefront. No more sitting in the corner selling dopes and strum dummy. Now I'm on the path for the Lord, I'm trying to do his bidding. But I understand if the violence come against me, the hits gon' get the splitting. Provoke me if you have to, I don't wanna use no violence. But I'm telling you we're warriors, we mostly move in silence. Pick up the gavel, I'm a battle axe. Don't understand, we be rolling like some battle cats. Lion of Judah, we got pride on us for our Lord. Double-handed, don't make me slice you with this two-edged sword. I know who I am now, and I know what my mission is. And you getting mad cause I won't let you get off my pivot foot. You don't understand, I'ma stand like a man should. I'ma do my Israelite thing, that's real manhood. You don't wanna walk in my shoes, don't wanna stand up front. You just wanna sit like a little boy and play the punk. To the Most High and Yahweh Shah bless.
Shalom, shalom, Israel.
Disciples of Christ. Coming to you today, Disciples of Christ podcast. How you doing today, Israel? And we want to bring a couple topics to you today that we thought was very interesting. And we encourage everybody to hit the comment board, give us subject matters that you would like to talk about. You can get with us at Disciples of Christ Dallas at Gmail. You can hit our YouTube, Disciples of Christ Dallas, and hit us up. We trying to get with our Israelites. We want to discuss with our Israelites. We want to bring that unity and brotherhood with all our Israelite brothers, man. No matter the difference of doctrine. We still got to build that bridge with each other, man. So, with that being said, I want to commend all my brothers and sisters out here doing the Lord's work. And bringing that truth to the four corners of the earth. And Brother Obadiah, you got a scripture you want to bring out.
A scripture of commending for you brothers out there out of the book of Joel, chapter 2 and verse 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound the alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is at hand. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness. As the morning spreadeth upon the mountains, a great people and a strong and a strong. And there had it not been either there had it not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after, and even to the years of many generations.
Don't break that down.
The Most High is telling them then that what's about to happen in those days and this days, that there's going to never be anything like it. And there won't ever be anything like it again, because when he comes back, the wicked is losing the rule of the earth, as it says in the book of Job, that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. It's been removed, the wicked hand, and the righteous hand is going to keep it forever.
Con. So that wicked hand, what we dealing with today, we got to get up from under that, man. And I wanted to bring out some stuff, and the brother wanted to bring out some things from the Willie Lynch letter, because that thing is affecting us hardcore. Now, the Lord used these tools to put their curses on us. But this is where the core of these curses come from, man, with the problems in our community.
That's right.
Amongst the women and the men, amongst the children, amongst the light skin and the dark skin, amongst the old and the young. They all stem from somewhere. So I was reading this, man, and you can just break this book down segment after segment. But one that stood out was the section of the Negro marriage unit on page 21. It's the Willie Lynch letter and the making of a slave, page 21, man. And it's very disturbing because when this thing was made hundreds of years ago, he meant to make it last for a long time.
Come on.
He meant to make it last forever. That's what he wanted to do. But the Most High had other plans. And we going to show you in here that the so-called white man knows that.
Right.
So I'm going to have him read it to you because I can't even better read it. I'm going to have him read it. And we just going to break it down section by section, man. Because this stuff is affecting us today.
Negro marriage unit. We breed 2 nigger males with 2 nigger females. Then we take the nigger male away from them and keep them moving and working. Say one nigger female bears a nigger female and the other bears a nigger male. Both nigger females, being without influence of the nigger male image, frozen with an independent psychology, will raise their offspring into reverse positions. The one with the female offspring will teach her to be like herself, independent and negotiable. We negotiate with her, through her, by her, and negotiate her at will.
You hear that? Do you hear that, man? This is ridiculous. It say the nigger female bears a nigger female. The nigger female bears a nigger female, and the other bears a nigger male. Both nigger females being without the influence of the nigger male image. That's come from, today it comes from prison. They got a baby daddy and they baby daddy that went to prison. So therefore there's not a real male figure there for them to respect. Frozen with an independent psychology. That independent, what that's INDEPE, they think this stuff is cute.
But that puts Eve in danger because her arrogance and boldness that have been inflicted and progressively grown by the white man has got Eve in so much danger that she can't even see the danger that
she can't even see it. But this goes all the way back. But we gotta understand
though that she's still under that spell from the beginning, from Genesis, when it says the serpent beguiled me. That means to cast a spell. She's still under that spell as well. So
Con. And where that's at? The book of Genesis, chapter 3 and verse 15. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. So from the beginning, matter of fact, like you had brought up in chapter 3, verse 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which the Lord God has made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, has God said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. This is what he did to her in the slavery. This is what he's doing to her today. He's beguiling her. And she's falling for it.
Every time. That's why he goes to the weaker vessel.
He did it in Genesis. They did it in slavery. They beguiled her in slavery. Having her thinking she over the man. Now she independent. You got that, Jeremiah?
Yes.
31 and 22. Now she thinks she's an independent.
In the book of Jeremiah, chapter 31, verse 22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man.
That was a new thing in the earth, man. That ain't something that's natural. Eve come from Adam. He didn't create Adam for her. He created her for Adam. So whereabout do we get having a woman over us, except but by the white man? He the one told her that. We don't agree with that. We're not going with that. Know what I'm saying? It said in the book of 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 13. No, we're going to go to verse 12. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to assert authority over the man, but to be in silence. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression.
Come on.
So, with that, how could I go about letting the woman run me?
Come on.
Let me see Sirach 25 and 24. I can't find my part of it. And I just had it. But all this goes back to that serpent and Eve, man. And it keeps going and continues in slavery. And now it goes on today with this liberal world that they so-called got. Not this Me Too movement, this women's lib movement, this LGBT movement, man. That is making a man a weaker vessel.
So let's find out. The Sirach, out of the Apocrypha Ecclesiasticus, chapter 25, verse 24. Of the woman come the beginning of sin.
What did the Bible say?
Of the woman came the beginning of sin. And through her we all die.
In the same way in slavery. You see, they used the woman. They said we negotiate with her, through her, by her, and negotiate her at will. So while she thinking that she's powerful,
her we all die.
So they gonna negotiate through her, and then what?
We all die.
They gonna negotiate through her, and then what?
We all die.
So if we gonna let them negotiate through her, we all gonna die, man.
Come on.
We all gonna die.
And this is why they don't want. This is why they don't want to see the brothers stand up in unity with one another.
Exactly.
They're glad they loving it when our brothers are looking at each other as niggas and walk by each other with a frown on instead of speaking to one another. But now that more and more of us are waking up, we walk by people. Even if they don't speak, I still speak to them boldly and loud, just as it says in Isaiah 58:1, cry loud. I'm going to speak to them as bold as loud, because that destroys that nigga mentality that they already got. Because we got to understand that whenever our brothers see us coming, we may be 60 yards away from each other, walking to go past each other on the stretch, but he already getting a preliminary assault time in his mind and thinking about what we should do. So by speaking to him and announcing, "Shalom, brother, how you doing, brother?" that destroys that nigga mentality, and it goes back to realizing that all black men are not your enemy.
God.
Our enemy is a devil running around calling himself a white man.
God. So this brother, man, he just brought it out right. So I'm going to bring out 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 3. Now we're going to start at verse 2 just in case our people is forgetting the order of things. Our women is forgetting the order of things, and also the men, because it describes why the men is acting the way they acting too.
God.
You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't be acting the way we acting, but it's a reason for that too. It's a reason for the women thinking they independent. They was bred like that. And it's a reason for the men being weak. We're going to pull that after this. But first we got to get that order which God set up. You got that? Oh, I got it.
I'm sorry, what did you want?
I got it.
I got you.
1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 2. It's a reason for all this disorder, man. They was breeding us like this. So, and they going to understand that it's only one way that they breeding can stop. Read that out.
1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 2. Now I praise you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things, and keep the ordinances as I deliver them unto you.
And do what?
And keep the ordinances as I deliver them to you.
Brother Paul was telling them to keep the law as he delivered them to you. Read on.
But I will have you to know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is the Most High God.
So, pecking order. Yahweh, man, woman. Who tried to change the truth of God into a lie? Your slave master did. Your slave master did. Now give me, go over to verse, go to verse 9. No, verse 8.
Verse 8. For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man.
Uh-huh.
Neither was the man created for the woman.
Read that again.
Neither was the man created for the woman.
Read on.
But the woman for the man.
Neither was the man wasn't created for the woman. The woman was created for the man. But just to keep all things fair and just, we're going to keep reading down. So you won't think that we being a male chauvinist or nothing. We're going to read everything that the Most High say. But we got to get that in order first, that it is a pecking order according to God for the Israelites. And nowhere in there do it say the woman is independent and she run the household.
Come.
Read the rest.
For this cause ought the woman to have power on her head because of the angels.
The power she going to get going to come because she being obedient to the law, statutes, commandments of God. And she putting her husband over her. Read on.
Nevertheless, neither is the man without the woman, neither the woman without the man.
Read on.
And the Lord. For as the woman is of the man, even so is the man also by the woman. Mm-hmm. But all things of God.
We are but all things of God. We are for each other, but all things of God. And God said there's a pecking order.
God.
So even though we walking side by side, it's still a pecking order. So we just got to recognize that. So let's see what else the white man did to the black man. See if we get that going.
She, being frozen subconscious fear for her life, will raise him to be mentally dependent and weak, but physically strong. In other words, body over mind. Now in a few years, when these two...
So it says that she being frozen with a subconscious fear for his life, all these black mothers, because they sons in gangs, they sons are selling dope, or they just trying to go to school and they in fear that these other black men gonna kill them in drive-bys like in Chicago.
Yeah, because Chicago brothers and sisters have been taught very well to kill each other.
So these sisters is frozen with fear for his life. So she gonna raise him to be mentally dependent and weak. Is that not our brothers today? Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 54. But physically strong, in other words, body over mind. The NFL, the NBA.
The new modern.
That's how they able to go into those sports, dominate. But who is the one they always raise up?
Mama.
Mama.
I want to buy my mama a house.
My mama.
Do this for my mama. I want to do that for my mama.
My mama raised me.
My mama. Your mama ain't did shit.
Because your daddy gone. Why was your daddy gone? Either because of social economic issues, thinking he had to sell dope. Your mama wasn't no good, treating him like he wasn't nothing because of the Willie Lynch letter. That ain't a man don't want to be up under no woman, so she ain't gonna deal with it because her mouth too much. Or he was just a weak man.
And we still see evidence of that in the from the 60s up. You know, they did a poll. I wish I had it to play it. That was talking to I think it was like 19 or 20 single mothers, and they was asking them why do y'all want to be single? And the brides just pretty much said they can do their own thing. They can do whatever they want to do. You know, if they want to sleep with Jim, Bob, and Johnny, they can break it down in 3 nights of the week to handle Jim, Bob, and Johnny. But when you have a man at home, you ain't gonna be no whore in the house, and that's what they're promoting, that our people be whores. But let's get it out the book.
Read
Deuteronomy 28 verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate.
And what did the Lord say?
So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate.
Now, this is a curse out of Deuteronomy. Now, how did the Lord bring the curses upon us? By using these other vessels on this earth. This is the technique at which he used to bring forth this curse upon our people. To make our men, what?
Very delicate. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate.
And why would he be very delicate and tender? Because his mama, being frozen with a subconscious fear for his life, will raise him to be mentally dependent and weak. But physically strong, so that he can go to the NBA, so that he can go to the NFL and be a good slave for slave master daddy Jerry Jones or Mark Cuban. This is what they doing, people. He destroyed the marriage unit of the Israelite, brought forth the penal system and the penitentiary to enslave the black male, to separate the house so that the woman can be independent and get food stamps, Section 8, so that she won't need the man, so that she can raise up the man raise him up weak and dependent, mentally dependent. And the only thing on his mind is being a rapper or playing sports. Being a doctor is not even on the radar for most of the black men.
Knowing who you are before slavery, they like to push that our heritage started in slavery. That's a lie. But they don't want you to think before slavery. See, this is all conditioning done by the black woman. This is why when we're out on the streets and we run into their brothers and we tell them who they are according to the Bible, they reject it. They don't want to be what that is. My mama told me I was this. My mama said that. The majority of the brothers we speak to, they tell us straight out, their mama, their mama, their mama, their mama. Mama is leading you as King led us into a burning building. Y'all chasing that same burning building with mama.
Give me Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 12 since you said that, Hawk. You following mama, you're getting led into a burning building, and the scriptures speak on that.
It's Isaiah 3 and 12.
Yes.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 3. The book of Isaiah, chapter 3 and verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors.
What did the Bible say?
As for my people, children are their oppressors.
It's not the children of Chicago, LA, New York, Dallas, Miami oppressing the communities of their people. Read on.
And women rule over them.
And what?
And women rule over them.
Those independent black women.
Prideful.
Independent, psychological, misguided black women that don't need a man rule over them. And what they do?
O my people, they which lead thee, cause thee to error.
What did the Bible say?
Cause thee to error. O my people, they which lead thee, cause thee to error, and destroy the way of thy path.
Can you please give me, and destroy the way of thy path, can you please give me that Sirach 25 and 24 again? If I could find my apocrypha.
The book of Sirach, chapter 25 and verse 24. Of the woman come the beginning of sin, and through her we all die.
Do you see? Look at the number of people that's being killed and shot by gang violence. Who is ruling over them?
Woman in the house.
The Bible's real, man. The Bible is real. The scriptures are real. It's telling us our future, our past, and our present.
But I mean, we're not talking down about our sisters out there. We're just gonna break it down straight and even straighter to the point. A woman can't teach a man to be a man.
That's right.
She can't. Now, I was raised with my stepfather in the house from the time I come up, but my mom was the vocalist. My stepdad was quiet, he and I spoke, we did our thing, but I didn't learn to be a man with her. He taught me things that she couldn't teach me. He answered questions that I never asked her because she couldn't answer the questions. You see, you got to have that male figure in your life to be able to teach a male to be a male. Women, y'all do y'all best, but y'all are just condemning these brothers.
I'm going to finish the rest of this because this one page is a whole session by itself. Let me finish that.
Offspring become fertile for early reproduction, we will mate and breed them and continue the cycle. That is good, sound, and long-range comprehensive planning.
So these people said, now in a few years, when these two offsprings, the independent black woman and the mentally dependent and weak black male, become fertile for early reproduction, meaning teenage reproduction, we will mate and breed them and continue the cycle. That is good, sound, and long-range comprehensive planning. That is crazy, man.
And I have a precept to go with that comprehensive planning that they've done, and that comes from the book of Psalms, chapter 183. Psalms 83 and verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee.
All these nations came together to put us in these conditions together because they confederate against us. Israel. We got to look at all the information and all the facts and look at our book and see how it go together. That's what we're here for, to bring out this information so we can try to open our people's eyes up and bring them up out of sleep and pray that the light of the glorious gospel of Christ will shine upon them so they can wake up out this matrix, man. So we just wanted to bring that. That's page 21 out of the Willie Lynch letter and the making of the slave. Just that one page withholds a lot of information. It holds a lot of information. And we will be back with another segment on the next page, page 22, warning the possible interlooping negatives, where it's going to show you and talk about how they know that something can occur to break what they was trying to do. So we're going to leave you with that for today. And all praises to the Most High and Yahweh Shah bless. A Disciples of Christ podcast. We out. Shalom.
Shalom, Israel.
Oh, leave your comments. Any subject matter you would like to cover, you can hit us at disciplesofchristdallas@gmail.com, or you can hit us in the message column of the YouTube. But anyway, hit us up. Check us out on Facebook, and we'll get back to you. Shalom.